Morning, everyone. Apologies. Some technical issues on my side. So we're going to see what we can do here to get through as much of this as we can before the market open. Okay, so I'm just going to give folks here a couple minutes here to join us. Oh, I forgot to do this. What I forgot to do. All right, let's do this and this and this. You see. All right. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. This will be available on the channel here as a recording later, if you for those. Yeah, that has something to do with it. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started here. So let's start with the risk disclosure here, really quick. All right, just wanted to inform everyone here that the content is being published today and distributed by a market trader. Is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company and contained herein is intended as investment advice. An offer to solicit, to buy, sell, or recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Testimonials appearing on the company's website may or may not be representative of other clients and is not a guarantee of future performance or success. Use of the information contained as on the company's website is to be used at your own risk, and the company's partners, representatives, agents, employees assume no responsibility for any use or misuse of this information. Future trading does contain a substantial amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more the investor's initial capital, and only risk capital should be used without jeopardizing one's financial security. Nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, sell, to buy, sell options, futures, or forex. Past performance is not indicative, or not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, guys. So let's move over to the news and see what we have in store for us today. All right, going to filter this down. I'm going to clear this just for the US. And we're just going to filter it for 3-star. We're going to apply. And then we're going to look to the top here and see what they have in store for us. I'm going to close her down. And let's see. We have just one news event. Crude oil inventories happening at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay. So pretty quiet in the way of news. Okay. So crude oil. All right. Let's go ahead and move to the charts. Boom. 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 Double confirm that everybody can see them. Okay. We're good to go. All right, guys. So here we are on the daily. Gold pretty much in the same kind of view, I would say, on a daily. Nothing changing on that front. Let's go ahead and move to the 4 hour. 4 hour also telling us similar kinds of things, although we had a pretty strong move here in the overnight to the downside, which was not even recent here. That was Friday of last week. So we're still inside this, whoever this or group was, okay. But nonetheless, we continue to make, we continue to staircase higher here, okay. Looking at the 30-minute, okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, we're kind of hovering around the VWAP. We have an initial balance range is being established here, or has already been. Not quite. I don't know why it's only encompassing this candle, not the second. Let's see, make sure I have this set to 30 minutes. No, hour. It should be an hour. Okay, and this should be, no, that's 2 hours. So it's going to be, I think, something like this. Okay. All right. So there's looks more like it. Okay. So we are still in the midst of the development of the initial balance range. Let's go ahead and open up volume profile here. Boom, boom, boom. Volume profile. Fixed rate volume profile. Okay. Right about Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Let's go ahead and locate the, I think I'm on it right now. Drag that across. Here we are. Okay, so we're inside value. So no real direction, although looks like the bulls did take it up back to settlement price, but that was in the overnight. Okay, so we have a long, I would say quite a few longs, I would say, in the market. So we'll see what how this particular candle closes, but if it does manage to close above, that could be an indicator for maybe future prices above us. Yeah. So let's take a look and see what these levels are. Okay, so we'll go ahead and say ADR. Come on now. ADR high. Okay, so ADR high here is, looks like about 24.20, maybe a little higher. 24.21, 21.2. ADR low is 21.74. Not, is that 21? More like 23.74. Yeah, 23.74. 23.74. Yeah, I'm gonna call it 23.74.9. Okay, and then settlement price is 24.07. Settle is 24.07.8. Okay, all right. So those are kind of our key numbers here. Side of value. So I think we're going to need to be a little bit patient today with gold. Let kind of initial balance kind of play out here. Same kinds of things, same kinds of discussions we've had in the past. We're going to be focusing in on extremes, right? So we have a demand level down below us at 23.86. Okay, 23.86 looks like. No, 23.84.9. That would be an excellent level to look for longs. Okay. We're hovering around this area in here in between is not really enticing. You can see that the VWAP is relatively flat. My preference would be to break out of this range in some direction, either up or down. Not super excited in participating, although there is some evidence here. Or we have a close above VWAP. Always needs to be treated as an event that supports longs. Okay. But given the kind of the flat nature of the market, given the fact that we're inside initial balance, I'm probably going to demand that we break some structure to the upside. Okay. Before I would like to participate in any sort of move higher. Okay. Right now we're kind of in the middle of the range. Okay. So buyer down in these levels, seller up at these levels, and everything in between, I'm going to be sitting in my hands. Simple as that. Okay. Buyer down here, seller up here, sit on hands in between. That's pretty much my view of gold. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the crude oil. Now, crude oil has a news event. Okay. So we need to be aware of that. Just take a quick peek here. Okay. Crude oil has a news event today. Just going to take a quick peek at the daily here. Okay. So daily, we've been on kind of a trek lower. Okay. You can see all the bigger candles have been to the downside. Okay. This 82 level is 82, maybe up to, what is that? 82 all the way up to 82.50, somewhere in that range. Looks like an interesting level for me. Okay. From a demand side, right about here. Okay. This level right here, I realize it's a little bit on the wide side. This area has not been tested of late. Okay, but I'm still drawing it because I do see someone with some conviction, someone with some resources was able to take the market out of this range. Okay, so this level right here, until broken, is going to be an area that I would be keen on. Okay, so like 82.50, 82.60, somewhere in that range. Okay, all right. Looking at the 4 hour, 4 hour. Okay, again, continuing making kind of a steady decline. Okay, in the market, as interesting as that may be, given all the unrest that we have in the Middle East, the market is going down. Okay, which again, so that's kind of why I don't look at the news too much. Okay, other than to stay out of it. Okay, if I see a news event that could affect the markets, well, then I stay out of the market, right? But given the news that we've been seeing in the Middle East, you would expect that crude oil would be higher. Instead, we're seeing prices that indicate that maybe it wants to head lower. Okay, so we're in a bearish channel. All right, that's a sentiment that I have to take into the market. All right, so let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. We're below VWAP, kind of sloping down. All right, so let's take a look at our volume profile. Fixed volume profile. Let's say we'll go back to the 9 o'clock bar Eastern. Drag that to the 4:30 bar. Right there. Okay, so unlike gold, we are below value. Okay, you could even see that the price action we saw in the overnight is down and continues to be down. Okay, we've exceeded a ADR to the downside without really much of a blip. Okay, now we're starting to see some buying. Right, we're seeing some wicks here, so that could be an indication that maybe the buyers are now feeling that they've reached some levels here that interest them, especially the market participants that we use to drive markets. Okay, so let's see. So ADR, we've already exhausted to the downside. Okay, or I should say we've pierced it. Okay, we closed below it. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go ahead and mark it up here. So ADR high is 84.45, 84.45, 4.45. ADR low That was 80-yard low. That was 80-yard low. Okay, and then 80-yard high is up here, and that is, let's see, 86.27, 86.27, 86.27, and then settlement is 80, looks like 85. I think 85.36. Yeah, 85.36. 85.36. Okay. All right. Pretty wide range, to be honest. Okay. But so in any case, so here we are. We are below value. We are below ADR. Honestly, would probably be looking for something on the 4-hour chart to indicate, is it going to reach a level here that is going to be supportive? Well, I really don't see anything of significance until we get down to around 83. Okay. This 83 level could be something that could provide us some support here. Okay. So this is on the 4-hour chart. Anytime I'm looking as to where price can go, I look to a higher time frame and see what it has to offer. And I see this area here. So coming back to the 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart. Okay. Well, that's going to be an area just for me if price makes it down. I'm at a level now at ADR to support potentially a long, but I need to see evidence that this area is going to be respected. I'm starting to see that evidence now, right? Half hour into the market. We have the initial balance range that's been established. We took a peek below, is met with some buyers. All right. Now the buyer's starting to get maybe a little bit of a stronghold here. If it's able to get above initial balance, then maybe we could start to think about that it's going to, reach some of these levels above us at 85. Okay. So we have some evidence here that's beginning to develop to the long side. If I'm short, well, I'm going to be looking at VWAP. VWAP is going to be an area that I'm going to look for, just like it's been before. Every time it's reached VWAP, it's been rejected. VWAP rejected down, because again, guys, we are in a downtrend in crude. Okay, downtrend in crude. All right, so we have to respect that. So VWAP will be an area, settlement price will be an area for shorts potentially. Okay. If I'm long, well, I'm already at an area. Okay. And starting to see some evidence that maybe it is going to kind of push here. We have about another 27 minutes here before this candle closes. This is a 30-minute candle. I'm just going to take a quick peek here at the 15-minute candle. We're already starting some evidence that it wants to maybe head higher. Okay. But we have to be wary. Okay. We have a EIA inventory report here coming up here. So if we're going to do something, it needs to be before that. Okay. And the safer path is to be flat for that report coming in at 10:30 Eastern. Okay. Let's take a quick peek to see if there's any questions. We got. All right. Okay. So that's kind of seeing if there's anything on the chat side that needs attention. Doesn't appear to be. So let's go ahead and move to the equities, and we'll start with the NASDAQ as we normally do. Okay. So we'll pull up NASDAQ and Q. If I type it right, and Q. Okay, just going to double check. Everybody sees my screen. They do. All right. So here we are. I'm going to move this over to the side here a minute. So just quickly look at the daily. Okay. Okay. Again, we're still making some advances here to the downside. All right. So we have a series of candles here. broken some structure. Now we are kind of at a decision point. The candles are not indicating too much or not tipping their hand too much, kind of developing a little bit of a bullish candle off of a doji candle. Okay. Indecision in this candle. Okay. In an area of demand. All right. So could indicate that we might see some pricing higher, kind of, I would say kind of in a range. If you look at it, kind of in the range, if you look at these candles, kind of in the range in the NASDAQ. All right. So looking at the 4 hour kind of telling us the same thing. Not too much movement. Okay. After this big move down. So we're just kind of hanging out here around VWAP, right? Looking at the 30. Okay. Same deal, slightly above VWAP at the moment. The market just opened. My initial balance is not being drawn, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to my chart. So let's see, initial. And we're going to choose this one here. All right. Okay, there's my initial balance range, the item in blue. Okay, this is my initial balance. Let me also modify that to be an hour, not 30 minutes. All right, I think I got the right times here. Should be fine. Okay, so we are in a this is the first candle of the initial balance range in the NASDAQ. Okay, we are above value, not above value. We're above VWAP. We could potentially be above value. Let's take a look. All right, let's see. This is okay. Move this over here. Nope, that's not what I want. Today, right about there. Drag that across to there. All right. And looks like I might have drawn the same area twice here. I might have been looking at NASDAQ before. Oh, looks like the initial balance range. So let's try that one more time. Okay, so we're going to go Tuesday, 6:30, drag it to. All right. Well, there we are, right in smack. Okay, so we are above value. So the bulls have kind of taken some control of the market. Okay, indicating that we might end up seeing some higher prices. Okay. So let's see. I also don't I have ADR here. Okay, yes. All right, so ADR, we have ADR to the top side. So we're going to go ahead and add that here. ADR. So ADR high. ADR high is what is this? Looks like it's about 18,049.50. 18,049.50. Okay. ADR low. Let's see what ADR low is. Move this down here. ADR low. It's like about 17,745.75. 17,745.75. And then settle is 17,881. 17,881. 17,881.25. Click OK there. All right, so here we are. It's kind of the levels that we're going to be focused in on today. So like I said, we are above value. We're kind of at an interesting level here, above value area high. if it does manage to hold value area high, that could lead to higher prices. If we do manage to close inside value, okay, if we do manage to close inside value, we open up the opportunity price to move, through value, okay, back to settlement, okay. So right now we're kind of at that decision point here, right? Right at value area high. Okay. So that's one scenario, kind of a value area acceptance play. Okay. If we continue to stay above VWAP, then the idea is that we should expect to see higher prices. If we close below VWAP, well, we start to open up some of these ranges below us, right? Value area low. Maybe we come and revisit some of these areas below, right? At around I don't know, 17,820, something like this. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Okay. ADR high ADR high is well above us. ADR low is well above us. Like I said, we were looking at on the higher time frame charts. We were saying that the market was a little bit on the rangy side. Well, if we're on the rangy side, what better place to take on a trade than in the top of the range? Okay. Well, we're at the top of the range here. Okay. So we could potentially take a trade from the top of range here all the way down to the bottom of the range. That's kind of what we've been doing of late. Okay. There's enough room here to participate in something like that. You put yourself a stop above the range and for a move back down through the range. Okay. The only thing that stands in your way is VWAP. Okay. I don't know if this green color is particularly appetizing, but let me see if I can make a different color here. So yeah, I'll keep it as white here. So in any case, we are in an area, right, that could potentially cause a reversal. Okay. If we're in a rangy market, VWAP is a target, settlement price is a target, and then all the way through the bottom end of the range is the ultimate target. All right. Okay. So go ahead and remove this. Seems to be affecting things here a little bit. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the NASDAQ market right now. So let's take a quick peek here. Just going to pop in to see if there's any questions. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the other markets here. So let's go ahead and put in ES. All right. ES. We'll go ahead and take a quick peek at the daily. All right. We'll forego the 4 hour, although given what we're seeing here. So yeah, similar to the NASDAQ, we are coming into some daily demand levels. All right. We're starting to see some reaction off of those levels. Question is going to be sustained. We won't know until the end of the day if this indeed proved to be that accurate, right? We'd like to see it the way it is now, or it may be even stronger to indicate that this area is going to be respected. All right. Looking at the 4 hour chart. Okay. So we have just completed a bullish engulfing candle. All right. Looking to make a higher high here and make it trek up to ADR high. All right. Starting to break a little bit of structure, I would say, because we had this series of 4 hour candles that were doing much of nothing. We just closed the bullish engulfing, and now it's reacting off of it a little bit. Okay. Candle wick went inside the body and looking a little bullish to me on the 4 hour chart. Okay, let's take a look at the 30-minute. Okay, so 30-minute chart. Here we are. Gonna kind of widen this out here a little bit. Okay, make it nice and wide here for folks. All right, so we are developing an initial balance range. We're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. So fixed range volume profile, boom, there. Dragged it to 1330. There we are. Okay, so similar to NASDAQ, we are above the range. Okay, above value. Bulls are indeed in control. Okay, so ADR does not look like an unreasonable target at this moment in time. We have an initial balance range that's being established. So all signs on the 30-minute point to higher pricing. Okay. Even the slope of VWAP is to the upside. All right. So the question is, do I want to participate on the high end? And me personally, I personally like to participate in at a discount. So I need some sort of pullback here. Maybe the top of this range here, the top of the range that it just broke. It's kind of reacting away from it. Would be an area. So I'm looking for some sort of pullback to potentially participate in a long. Okay. So let's take a look, see what these levels above us are. All right. So let's find out the ADR high. ADR high looks like it's was it 50, 51, 30, 51, 30, 50. Okay. 51, 30, 50. ADR high 51, 30, 50. Okay. ADR low is that looks like 50, 60 to me, maybe 50, 60, 50, 60, 61, 50, 50, 61, 50. Okay. And then we have settle at, let's open this up here, it'll be easier. 5104. Okay. So these are going to be some levels that we're going to, keep an eye on, see how well whether they gravitate to them or they provide opportunities for us to participate in the market. Okay. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else that I want to add here. So again, coming up on some supply zones here, at the top end of the range, kind of similar to what we were seeing in the NASDAQ. If it does break these levels, then certainly ADR is in sights for maybe a potential target or potential target for a reversal trade. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there for opportunity. I guess maybe I would say the opportunity for me would be more on the bear side than on the long side. I don't like being on the top of the range and take a breakout trade in ES, although it seems like that's the path it wants to take. All right, gonna do a little Fibonacci extension here just to see where this can land here. All right, well, we have the 61% and we have the 100%. These are some targets based on this swing here. Okay, if it does manage to break above, then we're looking at 51.27. Okay, or all the way up to 51.40.75 or 42.75 as the targets. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing there from a kind of Fibonacci level. All right. Okay. See if there's any questions. None. Okay. So let's look at the final market of the day, and that's the YM. Okay, YM. All right. I'm going to forego the daily and the 4-hour in the interest of time. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and select the volume profile here. So I need to locate the 630 bar, which is this one, drag that across to the 1330 bar. Okay. Just like all the other equities, okay, we are above value here. Okay. Price is currently above value, developing a relatively, I don't know, average to bigger initial balance range. Okay. Still very much in the first candle here. Okay. All right, so let's figure out what our ADR levels are. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that over here. Say ADR high. ADR high is, what's that? 38. 320. Say, yeah, it looks like about 38, 320 or 330. Yeah, 325. 331 looks like. Yeah, 38,333 looks like. All right, so 38,333, ADR low. ADR low is 37 something. Let's see, 37,828, 37,828, 37,828, and then settle is 38,046. All right, so these are going to be my levels of interest here in the YM. So similar to the other equities, we have price above VWAP, so we kind of have to favor a bit the longs. We are a little bit in the range. Okay, so question is this going to be the top of the range and create kind of this kind of movement, or is this going to be the time where we're going to break the range above and head over to ADR and look for more, pricing to the upside? Okay. So if I'm a buyer, well, I like to see some level. I would love to see it kind of meander its way down here toward VWAP so that I can, participate and manage my risk to the upside. Don't like to be at the top of a range and enter along only for sellers to step in. Okay. So if I'm a buyer, I'm looking slightly lower. If I'm a seller, well, I'm coming up on a level here at ADR top side. Okay. That will be a level here that I would like to participate in. Okay. Otherwise, we have obviously some lower pricing here that could offer some support for a reversal trade. We see evidence of that here at settlement price, but price looks a bit rangy. Even though we're above value, it looks a bit rangy. So just like I think a comment I made for the other markets, probably want to see this level broken before I take a an entry in YM. I'd like to see it maybe break above this structure here. Otherwise, it may create some structure here for some price to move lower. Okay, maybe back inside value, and then maybe traverse the entire range of value as a result of that. Okay, so yeah, kind of not quite sure exactly. I mean, certainly these two candles are quite bullish, but like I said, I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the first one to break an area. Okay, would like to see some of the market participants that move markets be the ones to kind of front load whatever direction that they want to take the market, and then I want to react to whatever they do. I don't want to be the first one into the market here. Okay. So I think that's going to check in and see if there's anything that any questions in the chat. Looks like it's pretty light. So I'm going to close off the session here. Wish everyone a good and solid trading day. And trade the markets like a true market trader. All right, guys. And I'll talk to you guys in group coaching later this afternoon. You guys can all find me in the coaches room for those who are top step. Okay. Otherwise, trade well, guys. To trade safely, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't be afraid to hit the like button on your way out. And we'll call it a day, guys. Have a good one.